Hey guys, welcome to Pro Se Lawsuit Center. We offer affordable, battle-tested legal tools that empower ordinary people to navigate the court processes, the court without an attorney. No lawyer needed to dismantle an unfair legal system. Bam, and there you go. I'm Coach Neighbors, and in this video, we're going to take a look at the documents that we have, or at least the front page of the documents that we have in the residential property tax attack lawsuit package. So we're already screen shared in. So we're going now. Right here is one of the documents. This is the actual complaint, and this is for, as you can see, emergency lawsuit for wrongful foreclosure, deed fraud, and due process violations under 42 U.S.C. 1983. Now, this package has two lawsuits in it. We added the lawsuit for the actual foreclosure in case you're in a tax lien foreclosure. People don't have to worry about, whatever. So we added that. And so that's what this is. That's what this one is. And as you can see right there, this is real power right here. And the plan hereby declares a state of constitutional emergency and respectfully demand the court to intervene and restore judicial integrity, prevent irreparable harm. And then it just, kind of give you a little peek what we're bringing to the table there. You guys can see we're not playing. Okay, so that's the first document. Now, this is the actual complaint for the property tax extortion and real estate deed fraud and due process violation as well. Now, we could have added some more things in there, but this is pretty powerful, just sitting right there like that. Now, you guys can see we have been working on this for quite a while, and we got this thing figured out right here. Okay, everybody's stuff is the same, pretty much. Everybody's stuff is the same because we're not going in trying to address what they did. We don't care that much about that. We want to address why they were able to do what they are doing. If you don't stop the why, they'll keep doing what. So that's and everybody's stuff is the same. You're going after them for the illegal property tax extortion, real estate deed fraud, and due process violations. The due process violations occurred when they didn't follow the statute. The statute for transfer of property in every state mandates that your deed is supposed to be delivered to you after it's yada. It's not conveyed, but it's not. They do what they call their constructive delivery, and they register your deed in their office, and that allows them to reclassify your property for the sole purpose of taxation. It also allows first illegal lien to be put on your property after the property is registered. Think about this. If several people own property, all of the owners have to be present to sign that lien against the property. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signatures or your signature on that verifies that you owned it already, and I smell stink. And that's a whole nother bunch of videos. So let's just stay focused. So this is the complaint for the illegal property tax situation that we're bringing to the table. You can see that's very real. Now, this is the counterclaim. And the counterclaim strategy that we're using now is pretty powerful. And if you understand it, you won't need to use most of the documents in the package. Okay, when we built the package, we was fighting in the state court. And now we've learned how to do a little judicial, and we ain't fighting the state court. We're just checking them in the corner and making it so they can't do anything. They can't respond to federal case law with statutes and codes because statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. And that's now we're back to the due process. The due process violation just means that it wasn't fair for you. Now, statutes and codes don't have laws. They're not valid laws. We're not the ones supposed to be following, but they're supposed to follow them to make them fair for us. That's how that's supposed to work. So the counterclaim strategy, we go in and you if there's a case filed against you, and you can do this even if you don't have much stuff. If there's a case filed against you or your property, you want to go in with a counterclaim for $200 million or ever how many million you need to have on there. But before you file that in their case, without filing fees, without having to serve the parties, without none of that stuff, you need to add the state, the government to it. You add the government as a plaintiff. You add the judge as the plaintiff because the judge is getting paid by the government to do what they're doing. And you add the other parties to the counterclaim as plaintiffs, and you file that right in their case, and that pretty much jams up the whole state court process. If they want to try to answer, they're still going to have a problem because they can't respond to federal case law with statutes and codes, and they don't have a bar card. Bam! So that's a double punch in their face. Y'all see how we do stuff over here. There ain't no need to be scared and nervous and all of that. And I'll tell you what, when you call them people up and you start educating their ass, I'll guarantee you they'll have a little more respect the next time you come down there. So there ain't going to be no need to be all scared and stuff and be all nervous. It's time to have fun. Ow. Now, this document here is a demand to strike. The magistrate judge order to show cause. And you can strike whatever. Demand to strike. So we don't really waste time with this, but you could if you wanted to. And here is just a little peek at the offer to pay letter. And we use this as a tool to challenge the mortgage before you're in default. We use it to challenge the whole situation if you're not in an emergency situation where they're trying to throw you off the cliff. And we have a couple of videos on the YouTube channel that talk about how to use the offer to pay letter. So, and the only other thing that's left is the property tax 101. It's a video that you get when you. And you can find this on all of our videos on the YouTube channel. So this is what the list looks like that we've been working from. And these are the documents that and as you can see, this is not complicated as people make it to be. When you look at it from the fact that everybody's stuff is the same because you're all getting dragged into they're using statutes and codes, which are their policies, non-violent laws, to drag you into contract, drag you into administrative court. That's non-judicial. All of those things are the things we address. If you want to shut them down. Now, to win, that means judge is going to give you something or whatever. I don't know where the hell that takes place. That doesn't take place any place I know about. Because everybody over there is getting paid. Everybody over there is getting paid. So there ain't no win. That's the way I see it. That's just a quick look at the 2026 residential property tax lawsuit package. You guys saw a little quick view of the documents you get in there.